Welcome to Let's Talk Ed with Professor Chris, the best college podcast, and also, very quickly, is the podcast that's empowering minds one episode at a time. I am your host, Professor Chris, and the author of Getting the Most Out of Your College Experience. Today's topic is a little bit serious, so it might come off a little bit strong, but there is absolutely good reason for it. Welcome to another episode, another edition of Real Cases, Real Students. Real Students, Real Cases. Our topic for today is substance abuse. Yes. So the last episode I actually did, I think it was on sexual assault. And in closing that segment, I actually touched on what can lead to that. Meaning, yes, sometimes we get into situations of sexual assault and it's actually due to maybe alcohol. What I didn't really kind of point out was substance abuse. Kind of a big blanket statement. So yes, we are going to be talking about substance abuse, something that I've kind of unfortunately seen some of my students go through. But since the real case today happens to be with college students, I wanted to kind of address it in the best possible way that I can. So, usually when this topic comes up, and I still have my students trying to defend or make a case for why they indulge or the reasons which is okay and all the gateways they put in place, so they don't. It is so complicated when the solution is just to abstain. And it might sound very easy, and I get it, but that is what we are faced with. So I'm not even going to get into the definition of substance abuse. You all know what substances are there, and you all know how you abuse it. And students say, not all substances are bad. And I said, okay. Again, I'm not trying to get in the debate of what substance is, what substance abuse is. Key point there is abuse. So sometimes students tend to think, well, if I use it wisely, if I use it safely, I should be okay. And we'll make every case for the weed, for the alcohol, for the fentanyl, any drug that is out there. Bottom line is, yes, if you think this is in the stream, for me to say stay away, abstain from all the substances, including alcohol, the weed, and what have you, medicinal, non-medicinal, yes, I'm saying let's just stop it all, right? Okay, so the cases that I'm going to look at today are as follows. There are two cases, so we'll put it up there. You can read it, and then we'll have a little discussion on those two cases. The first case is 7 Providence College students overdosed during an off-campus party. Police make 3 arrests. And a little more on this case is 7 Providence College students were hospitalized after police said they suffered drug overdose at an off-campus party late Friday night. Police officers later seized weapons and fentanyl as they arrested 3 people who allegedly supplied drugs to the students. All right, so that's the first case, 7 Providence College students. Okay? Real students, real cases. The second one. College students' death sparks hazing probe as 3 fraternity members are arrested. Northern Arizona University's Delta Tau Delta chapter suspended as police investigate alcohol consumption at off-campus gathering. Fox News, this was very, very recent. All right. I do want to keep this episode very, very short, get straight to the point, so I'm not even going to give you the statistics on substance abuse and all the tragedies that have happened. I'm just going to keep it very clear to the point. I get it that on most campuses, and I've always kind of advocated for and against why alcohol is even served on campus. But yes, some of these large universities, there are restaurants on the campus that serve alcohol. And yeah, I get it, they check the ID, but I will be one of the very first ones to say, let's get it off. The reason I also bring this up is because, yes, both cases, and people will argue, these were off-campus incidents, off-campus, but it starts from on-campus. So while it's off-campus, and I'm trying to help you, the college students, I will also appreciate upper administration saying, okay, this is something we need to take into consideration. What can we do on our campus to help our students to prevent this from happening? So that's where I am with this case. I could go on and on and on, share stories as I even reflect back on my own students that have found themselves in situation, and sadly, there are those that are not with us today. And that is the extent of substance abuse. There isn't much for me to say to drag this topic over and over and over and over again, but to just say, usually, there's situations that we get ourselves into, the reasons we don't do well in schools, almost everything that you could think of, the peer pressure that comes with it, it all have to do with substance abuse. Either with the little weed, the little drinking, and God forbid, some of those substances that are so dangerous to us, that hinders our attention and our focus. Please, we're in college, 4, 5 years, give or take. One way to help us get through this 4 years, which also is going to determine what our life is going to be in the future, can we just abstain? Can we just stay from the drugs? I'm not doing the statistics today because one student, in my opinion, is way too many. It's one too many. But the numbers out there are ridiculous. And we keep preaching this here. And please, please, my dear students, just stay away from the drugs, the alcohol, anything that hinders our ability to perform in the right way. Your friends are going to push you, and I hate to say tempt you. Maybe it's temptation, right? Oh, it's just a little bit. Let's do it. It's just this. It's just one night. That is also how it starts. Your friends, your students that are not influencing you the right way do not also pay your bills. I don't know how many times I have to stress that point. Your parents at home thinking about how well you're doing at night. In their mind, they're praying that hopefully you're in your dorm, either studying, playing with your friends, watching a movie, but nothing. It doesn't even cross their mind on all the extra activities in terms of substance abuse that you're getting yourself involved in. Well, there you have it. I'm not going to stress this point over and over again. You've heard it. My plea to you, and I pray, please, stay away from drugs, especially, and please don't give me your definition and your gateways and how well or your precautions on abusing substance. One little bit, one puff, one shot. It's where it all starts. And before you know it, you've crossed the line. You're abusing, and you probably don't even know that you're abusing it. So, be smart, stay away, be yourself, trust yourself. Your friends do not pay your bills. It's okay to say no. There's still a lot of friends out there that are not indulging or abusing that you can make friends with if your so-called friends insist that the only way to be part of their group, of their little clique, is to abuse substance. Looking forward to seeing you all next week on Let's Talk Ed. Professor Chris. Again, real students, real cases. Be safe, be smart. We'll see you next time. Welcome to Let's Talk Ed with Professor Chris. This is one of the best college podcasts where we continue to explore the big questions about education, careers, and the future. But most importantly, this is the show that is empowering minds one episode at a time. I am still your host, Professor Chris. The day is here. I am really, really excited to announce the best college self-guide book, Getting the Most Out of Your College Experience, is finally here Why did I write this book? There is much need for this book, which completely addresses most of the challenges and concerns that college students face. The very first chapter talks about college or no college. The why, the what, the where, the when, and the how. The information about academics and resources you may not know about is covered in this book. Topics of interest that play a major role in your college experience. Friendly advice and suggestions that will help you handle challenges that you will encounter. Personal stories about my own experiences and those of my students. Students' stories illustrating the challenges of college life drawn from my experience as a student advisor and mentor. Picking the right major, the right opportunities, how you can make money in college, how to get money in college, financial aid, scholarships, dealing with loss, depression, suicide, relationships, international students, immigration, vets, entrepreneurship, life after college, and the list goes on and on and on. It's all covered in here. For any high school graduates, this is probably going to be the best gift they could ever get as they are preparing for college. It is also for the college freshmen and anyone planning on going, or especially those that are currently enrolled, sophomore, juniors, and seniors. This book is for every college student. This is the book that I wished I had before going to college. And it's also the book I hope I had while I was in college. Get a copy of Getting the Most Out of Your College Experience now. You can get it online at Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, iTunes, and Google Play. If you want a signed copy, you can go to my website at www.letustalked.com. Get your copy and let's continue to talk ed. Thank you.